Okay. We're trying to get ready for mail call, but the goats all got loose. So Elizabeth is... Yeah, yesterday it was sheep. Last night it was a horse.
No, that was 6 this morning.
Oh, 6 this morning. So we've...
And then we've got to go down the driveway and get the mail, because we haven't done that yet either.
Okay. I don't know if this... Do you think we'll have reception all the way down?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll walk down. Yeah. So we're just... I know we're a little early, so we'll walk down to get the mail. Oh, you just put that. That should be enough to hold them.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're
yeah.
so organized.
Yeah. So we're going down to get the mail right now. We're a little bit early, so we'll be walking down to get the mail because I've got the golf cart hooked up to something.
You should show everybody what you've done down that way.
There's the barn. There's the new fence that we've put in.
And look, there's Murphy. Oh.
And there's Murphy, if you can see him way over there. We've opened up the arena, and you can see Murphy looking out the window. It's like new TV for him. He's having so much fun. Put in a new fence on Puppy Hill, which is now called Chaos Hill. This is the start of the new fence, and we're going to hopefully be finishing that this week. Mowed the grass with the riding mower. Yay! And then the parking area is still a little bit of a mess, working on cleaning that up. Did Elizabeth pass me? How did she get way down there? And then down the driveway is Elizabeth. Do you have to go all the way to the end or not? Oh, okay. Really? Yeah. It will. Well, we don't have to because we're good. You don't need to get anything. Do we have to go to the end? Okay, yeah. I think there's a couple boxes already brought down there. Yeah. Okay, there's a couple boxes down there. I don't know if you can see way down there. Can I go like that? And see, there's Murphy's little nose. Murphy's a bad horse. He did get loose last night and go to the neighbors. Knocked on their door at 6 o'clock this morning. Elizabeth had a very enjoyable ride in the police car.
In the front of the police car.
Yeah, in the
Not
front
the
of the
back
police.
seat, the front.
And I didn't pick up when she called because I was sleeping so soundly. Yep, so this is what the top of the driveway looks like. And
Oh, look at our bargain we found.
oh yeah, we've got a new bargain. We're in the process of cleaning out the, what do we call it? The Deagle house up here too, and the metal guy's taking some of that metal so that the Deagle house, that red shed right there, is going to be the goat house. So we don't have to take them out of the paddock because they ruin everything. They get loose.
And we found this at the side of the road on the way home yesterday.
Yes.
And we
Does it
rescued it.
Does it work?
I'm just trying to find out. I want to get the water off.
It's so exciting.
Yeah. There's a guy down the end of the driveway. That's down the street.
Yeah.
And he has all of these very, very, very expensive high-end cars. And we've decided he doesn't know what trash is because the stuff that he throws out,
We love.
we love. And this is, he threw out, what's the matter?
Oh,
What?
It's like
bit
you
loose.
threw it into it very loose.
Maybe you could redo it.
Bud can fix it. He can fix anything.
See?
Maybe it's meant to do that. So you've got
Water coming out.
Okay, let's stand back when you turn that thing on.
Yeah.
Are you going to turn it on now?
No, I've got a few things to do before.
But you know
Okay.
the thing is, as long as the engine works, the rest of it will
Yeah,
be sorted.
yeah. And I swear to Bud can
Duct
fix
tape.
it. And duct tape. We got plenty of duct tape. And Bud can.
It's all the way down there, you see?
All right.
There, and then you pull it up. Looks like that should have a ring in it.
An O-ring, which was the
Yeah.
reason that the
It
space
goes
shuttle
down
failed.
there and then I think it was.
Excellent.
Okay. So we've got some potting projects going on.
Oh, yes, we have.
got
The ones from last year.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, this is the same project as last year. As all these plants never got planted. They were sitting here all
They
year.
were all planted in here, and look, they all died.
They all died because they sat out in the winter all year. But whatever, she's going to try again this year. She put plants way up there.
Yeah.
But really, the problem, what's going on, is she's competing with Michelle. Let's go check out. Oh, we're getting down to the...
Hey, Janine, I'll go get the boat bottles down to date.
Okay. The problem is she's competing with Michelle and Michelle's little flower project over here. We're heading down. We just had to catch the goats. That's where Carlene is in her house, but the goats were loose because I put them in the pond. They did what goats do, is got loose. So Michelle seems to have won the prize on the best flower decorations. She put, so she put a little screensaver there so the dogs couldn't see. Her little tiny Chihuahua dogs want to kill the big Great Danes, so she put that up. But looks pretty good. And this is where she had a good baseline of a garden because of Janet, but she's been keeping that up. Looks nice. And let me just put this over here like that. And then we have the new fountains. I don't know what happened to Elizabeth, but we're heading down. New fountains over here. These are the old fountains. And this is the little area that we dedicated to Pam, for many of you old-time service dog people. That overlooks the ponds. One fountain over there, one fountain over there, and then a third fountain over there, because not just that these are decorative, but they also keep the algae down. And otherwise we'll have a big messy mosquito area. Now hopefully Elizabeth will join us. I don't know, I'm just gonna keep going on our tour, I guess. And then down here we've got new fencing went up over there, the back. And then this is old fencing. And combined with new fencing, this is where the Carlene's dogs go. And then over here is the donkey cafe area that we're going to use for chickens for the short term, so that they can do some... Chickens seem to eat everything. And we are hoping that the chickens will go in there and eat all of the weeds that grow up around the pond. Donkey cafe, we've been working to get it cleaned out from the winter, get all these tables repainted, and get it fully open. We're talking a lot about I've painted this one, it's just covered with pollen. We're talking about doing an open house in the middle of June now. All right, this is the new bunny area. And for all of those who have donated towards the Henny Penny, I am using the Henny Penny money to build a more permanent wire fence around here so the bunnies can have this as access, have an outdoor play area, because they really like to be out in the grass. That's their new little dog pen. And then there's the camera up there so people can see the bunnies. So there's the bunnies. And then this weekend also we put in rocks, stones here. And this is the privileged area for privileged donkeys. Every day it's a different privileged donkey. This guy is one that goes to the nursing homes. Well, he's been to one and he was fantastic. He's a good boy. Hello. Hello. I think I'm not sure if this is Magnus, but he's a good boy, whoever he is. He's very good. We're good friends. And then over here, we've got my favorite, Elvis. Elvis, do you want to say hello? Yes, he does. Hello. Back it up. Oop, there he is. There's Elvis. And Jemmy, who's I call Elsa. She's not talking to me because I'm trying to teach her how to lead, and she's mad at me because she doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. She's a good girl, but she doesn't like it. There she is. Oh, she's so mad at me. She's going to hide. So here we're calling this Chaos Hill, and we're putting in, I put up all the posts. We're trying to save money. So Elizabeth, Judy, and I, and Jake put up all the posts, and then the carpenters are going to put the wire up because we're not strong enough to do that. And then we'll be putting up the rails. I think I can manage putting up the rails, again, to save money, and because we have so many projects going on. And then the goats, who are out quite a bit today, will be able to go and safely run around here during the day, and we'll bring them in at night so the coyotes don't get them. Many of you remember little Angus over here, and he's having his breakfast. He's one of the privileged. Hello, Angus. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Yes, you want to say hi. That's Angus's nose. There's his eyeball. That's it. That's all you get. And then we have some visitors. This is Jake, and he's bringing his grandparents by because, as you know, the farm is open to seniors. And so Jake called and asked if he could bring his seniors. Jake is our fantastic intern. Let's go say hi to Jake. And they're going to feed the goats. I wonder if I could just come over here and we can get a video of that. I don't know what happened to Elizabeth or my mother, but we'll connect. Hello. I have the camera on, so just so you know. We're doing mail call. Oh, okay. And you remember mail call? Hello. Hi there. How are you? Good. How was your trip? It was good. It was good. We do mail call, which is happening right now at 5 o'clock every day. So right now you're on video. So say hello to everybody. These are the people that are responsible for the best intern in the world, Jake. So he did a fantastic, Jeff.
My parents, Pat and John.
Hi, how are you?
I'm the best intern in the world.
Best intern in the world, yes. He survived. We should give you a T-shirt. I survived. But like these posts are part of his project. Yeah. He did hard labor, and I've worn out a lot of people, and he made it. Yeah, he did great. So it's coming along. We've just been doing so many projects all at once to try to get ready for like a big opening, and I keep postponing it because it's not quite ready. Yeah. But they're hopefully in a week and a half we should be ready to open up the doors, and then the nursing homes will start coming to us.
Oh, sweet, nice.
So, but yeah, they come in a bus, and then over there is Donkey Cafe, and they unload in the Donkey Cafe, and here comes Elizabeth. Yes. Okay.
Is the new grass patch able to be washed on?
Yes.
I'm
He knows
eating.
to ask.
Yeah.
Hello.
Every time an animal
Right, okay. So, I'm bringing you over here. Oh my golly gosh. Let's turn this back around. Oh no. Angus is out and about. Elvis and Elsa Jamie. Hello, we love. And Magnus and Woody. It's lovely. And if I sit here, sorry Elvis, you can actually hear Elvis nibbling. So, Carlene is absolutely out for the count. She's had a really busy day. Bella was here, so she's had visitors all day. So we're leaving her be at this precise moment in time. So, and Janine told you that Murphy went for a little walkabout this morning, and we did the walk of shame back down the driveway with a police escort to the end of the driveway to make sure we didn't come back out. So that was lovely. And he's just such a big silly boy is Murphy. As we're walking back, it's a very bendy road outside the farm that goes alongside Hood Pond. And the policeman very kindly sat on the bends so that all the people who come very, very, very fast, they were forced to. Here's Janine. Do you want to bring it in and we can do it? And she's out for the count. Oh, she's sleeping. She's actually slumped over. Okay. Right, in a usual your mother way, slumped over, not in a oh dear, she's slumped over.
I think it's okay. We can't rock because
I don't
people
make
don't
people
like the
really
way
sick.
I mail call because I'm all over the place. I knew she was going to be asleep because
She's
had
a busy day.
Very. We had lots of people here today. We had
know.
a new volunteer that started. Anne, yes, who I worked with back when I was in graduate school when I was like 25 years old.
Oh my God, decades ago, Janine.
Decades ago. Yeah, so that was quite a reunion. And so she's starting. She painted doors and helped me.
Paint them.
Yep. Yep. You're off the hook. Yeah. Yeah. And so, and Lynn, we call her the Good Lynn. Good Lynn is the intern, and she brought the goats out and babysat the goats so they could have outdoor runaround time. And then right when she left, Bella showed up. Bella and
ZT?
Yeah.
And Rachel, her mum.
And Rachel. And they had a play date with Penny, which is very fun.
Super.
And we talked about, Bella's very interested in using the headquarters and the 3 kennels that are in the headquarters to bring dogs in for doggy daycare and training. And we're trying to figure out how to support her desire to do that because she just got let go from Joanne's Fabric because Joanne's Fabric is closing. So all of those crafts and those clothing that I sew, just not going to be able to do that anymore.
But you've got enough supplies to keep you going.
I don't even know if I've ever been to a Joanne's Fabric. I wouldn't know where one was.
I have, because Sophie crocheted.
Okay, yeah, so I
Yeah.
So
Sort of.
we're moving forward with that. Of course, that's going to be the next big expense because then after they left, we walked around the property trying to find new, because you know the service dog project when they left, they took all that kennel, which is fine. And I was assuming that we would have kennels because we've got all these kennels that are up in when the Deagle house
Yes.
got torn apart. I know there was kennel. I assumed they would fit in there, but there's 60-inch openings here, and those are all 49 inches, so they're not going to fit. So we have to have.
Do you remember your mother was really into welding for a while?
She was, but that's not what she did. She just bought all the equipment and like welded pipes together in the driveway for a while.
Okay.
She wasn't that not that she.
That's quite crafty,
She's
isn't
like
it?
she's like a little kid. She gets really excited about something, works on it for a little while, and then gets bored. So we have all the metal welding equipment. Yes.
See welding in our future.
Yeah. And God, when I got to that and I was ready to like donate that, she's like, no, I'm gonna weld again. So I couldn't even throw it out or donate it to anybody. So we do have all the welding equipment, but I think that's above anybody's pay grade here. So we're gonna have to measure them out. I think I can order. They need to be 60 inches wide. I think I can order them online.
Do you remember we were going to do fencing with pig panel? If you put it on its end in the interim.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it. I want to do it right the first time.
It's a lot of money.
I know, but I don't want to do it'll be, if we use the pig panel, we spend days trying to jerry rig it all together, and then it looks terrible, and it will have still, spent a couple $100 just trying that.
Okay.
So I'd rather do nothing until we can afford to do it right.
Okay.
Not that it has to be super fancy or anything, but it needs to be strong enough because this fence right here that they put up, what's inside needs to be strong enough so that dogs can jump up against it.
And bounce off and not through
on a regular basis. This is
what we're
good,
going to
strong
do is
fence,
we're going to test it out with Murphy.
Right. Who literally
stepped over the fence.
Well, I think he probably leaned over it and realized that he stepped over the fence. He
Basically.
he stepped over the fence.
He's bigger than you think.
And then wandered through the woods till he came to
the best garden
on
the road.
And decided to just chill. I mean, it's the best garden on the road, too.
It really is. It's a gorgeous garden.
I can't remember his name.
Is it David?
Yeah, I've talked to him about how fantastic. When you drive by his house, he has this about a 30-foot, 40-foot stretch of just wildflowers.
And they're beautiful.
That go into a really beautiful front lawn. And then, I don't know what his backyard looks like.
It's like wildflower envy, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure that was where they found Murphy, was in the backyard. So I'm sure it's as nice as the front yard.
Yeah.
And there's no other garden like that in the neighborhood. So he picked the best one.
He did. He's got taste.
And then today when I was cleaning and I have to go into the back to empty the wheelbarrow, I left the door open, and he wandered right
back.
and he went right back up to that corner, like, I'm going to step over the fence while you're right there and take off.
He's like, look, this is how you do it. I'll show you the best garden in the neighborhood.
So after mail call, I will be going out to secure that fence, and I'm not putting him out there. I'm going to put the training horse back out there.
Yeah.
Which I haven't heard. So
as long as he's not told
I
her
don't
how
think
to
that
do
horse will take off.
No.
But
And then
Murphy, I'm surprised he left and went that far by himself. Like, he was down the road.
yes, he was down the road.
Which, you know, most horses don't go off by themselves like that.
No, especially not without another horse.
Yeah. And with that, I mean, there was a time when the horses got loose, 2 of them, and they went to. Of course, they usually head towards the direction of the busiest road, so they can get killed on it.
Yeah.
They went towards Route 1, and they almost made it to Route 1, and they got headed off by the pass by the police and corralled into somebody's.
Do you remember Churchill the donkey, who had nothing to do really with anyone on Meredith? And that gentleman that used to come on a Sunday, he was walking him, and he let go of the lead rope. And Churchill all of a sudden had a burst of speed that I didn't think was humanly possible from Churchill.
I don't think you're thinking of. You're talking about David.
No.
Okay, because there was another one.
No, this is a
Maybe
different
that's
one.
before your time. Okay.
This was, honestly, Churchill took off out of the farm onto
right,
the road.
I remember that.
And this guy, guy in a pickup truck went, "It's okay, I've blocked the road." And I'm like, "You haven't seen this donkey move." He's like, "I blocked the road to Route 1. And I'm like, "Okay." I was about to have a heart attack. I'm going, "Churchill!" And then you know that other really lovely garden just before you get to the farm? Where they take really good care of it?
Yep.
Me and my wellies and my big, enormous donkey are running around there. It zigzags and everything. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. And then I couldn't. Do you know what stopped him?
Bucket of grain?
The river. He wouldn't cross it, and I could.
Okay, yeah.
So I drove.
Do it.
So he there was a tree at the riverbank, and I went up one side, and and it would have meant he had to cross it, and he stood there and went, "I'm not touching that water." I'm like, "Got you, you little poop."
God, we've had our days. Well, so before your time, it wasn't Churchill, it was David.
This is a person or the donkey?
As a person, and he was our volunteer, great volunteer, super nice guy, and he kind of took a liking to, I think it was a mule. I can't even remember.
Oh, what's not to love, Janine?
Yeah, and he worked with that mule all the time and loved the mule and took it for a walk. And he hadn't gotten on the mule. No, maybe it was a draft horse. I can't remember. But he went for a walk out the back of Meredith and decided, it's such a beautiful day, I think I'm going to ride her. It was a girl, too, her. And he went to get on her. And he hadn't ridden a horse in like 20 years.
Did she bolt?
And she had never been ridden before. No, they did okay for a little while, but I don't know what happened, but he fell off. I don't know how, like she went underneath a tree or something. It wasn't like she bucked him off. She didn't know how to steer. So she went off into the woods and somehow they got separated. And she went up, you know that road, the Hill Street where that.
Yes.
She went up, he fell off down, or they separated. Down by that same place where you find shelter. But she didn't want to go through the water either, but she turned to the right and then cut through and found Hill Street. And and Hill Street literally is
a hill.
It's a hill. And it goes right into, maybe it's not, maybe it is. And it goes right up to Route 1 where there's massive traffic. And she veered off right at the top because there's that field, the ski hill, and we found her eating grass. But that was very nerve-wracking. When I saw her, she was like, I don't know, 30, maybe 50 feet from Route 1.
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't want to run up
and startle her.
So I had to go around on Route 1. So I was on the Route 1 side and chase her back down. It wasn't like it was a high-speed chase either. She's an old horse. She would walk out into Route 1. She wasn't going to run out to Route 1, but I wasn't going to take a chance. But
yeah. Well,
the life we live.
Well, fortunately, I had a police escort this morning, so that was
that's
great.
always nice when you get that. Yeah.
Good to know.
But though the 2 horses that got loose here, this is about 3 years ago. This is before your time. It was Huxley, and another horse. I don't even remember who, but they ended up close to Route 1 in somebody's paddock. The police had chased them into a paddock.
Oh, that was lucky.
In Ipswich, and And the person posted, and I knew the woman too. She didn't know it was my horses. They posted it online.
Oh no!
Saying, does anybody know whose horses they are? And no one knew they were mine. And Matt and Chrissy saw it, and they went down and got them and brought them back. So it was never really attached to me at all.
Until now.
Until now. Yeah, but I saw the post on Facebook because I wasn't even here.
Oh
and
no!
I'm like, oh shit! But they'd
They're mine.
They'd already been taken home.
And do you not remember one day on the news, there was the horses, was it not a horse? It was Pockets and Burberry going down the road in Hamilton.
Yeah, yeah.
And they'd had the news cameras out. And
That was the best part of that is, okay, so Olaf is flying home from Oman, which is on the other side of the world, like by Saudi Arabia. He's on a plane and scrolling through Facebook and saw a link to the newscast
from his hometown.
And he's like, oh, look, a donkey loose in Hamilton. Oh,
How
wait,
strange.
that's Burberry.
His horse. With the donkey, and the donkey was
donkey.
Pockets.
And fortunately, I was not responsible. Like he had someone else feed them.
Yeah.
And there's a fence in the way back that, I don't know, somebody left open when the donkeys get out there. Yeah, that was
nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
That's always a good day.
There was another time on Facebook.
See, it's all coming out now.
Yeah. So
we better go and wake your mum up now.
Really?
Otherwise, we'll confess to crimes.
When I had a real job many years ago, I was working in Boston as a dean of a college, and someone came in my office. They're like, "Did you hear that there was a donkey in Hamilton that fell into a well?" And I was like, "No." Thinking, who is that? And it turned out, of course, it was one of our donkeys that had fallen. My friend Julie had the donkey.
Oh, right.
And the donkey, there was a well. I don't know how it wasn't even a big hole for the well.
His donkeys.
And it was like it had to really try hard to fall in there. And it took 5 firemen to hoist it out of there.
Oh, for goodness
and
sake.
then on top of it, they took the donkey out and they put him on a stretcher.
Oh!
And they rolled him down the driveway into a horse trailer. Because the donkey had broken through the fence, gone, half mile away, and then fallen into the well. So they put him to get him out of there. But there's a helicopter view. It wasn't a drone, it was a helicopter for Channel 4 News that had a visual of the donkey with his little feet on the stretcher.
And was he okay?
Totally fine.
Yeah,
That's
naturally.
Buddy
Buddy
and Valentino are over there. Yeah.
Little stinkers.
Yeah.
And what was it? Oh, there was another one we did that was really just ridiculous, and I can't remember. It's popped out of my head, which is lucky.
The mules. We could just go. We could have like days of just catching. I mean,
of catching animals.
Those little black ponies, and then the mules that went over to Middleton like 2 nights in a row.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That was very embarrassing.
So, yeah.
Anyway, on a
Do
much
we have questions? Let's do questions.
I've got questions here. On a much brighter note, you see if you can get the questions.
I can get questions on my phone. Okay.
And
all right, let me go.
Oh,
over.
did you get Kim for the cameras?
Hopefully I connected Kim, and Kim, I think I sent an email. If it wasn't the right with your email address and Judy's email address, so that you guys are connected together. If that didn't happen, let me know. But I put a group email together, and so she could share all the codes with you. And then I have to get the codes from Nick, so I can put them on the computer here, and also Kim and Judy can get the codes for the app.
Because that's beyond me.
So yeah, so let me know if that hasn't happened. And this is like.
This is like more visitors. This is great.
Okay, so what was I doing? Oh, I was looking.
It's a very beautiful day.
Yep. And
Murphy is very naughty.
Okay, to turn my thing down.
Well, Beth, you really should come and visit because you will love it up here. Because we've had a very lovely day today.
Yep. Okay, so let me.
What questions have you got to? Carlene is sleeping.
She's sleeping.
Bigly.
bigly.
Very bigly and quite
Oh,
noisily.
this is another thing that happened over the weekend is Judy's dog had to be put down. So she's distraught over it because someone's asked. Roger Reed, of course, is where's Wanda? Wanda is she's doing an emotional therapy night with Judy.
Yes.
So, and Judy has sent me pictures of Wanda in her bed.
And we're a bit worried
Judy
that
is
she's
distraught
she's
over it.
really spoiling
Yes,
Wanda.
I feel terrible for Judy.
Yes. That was Wilbur.
Okay, so Kim did send me an email. Did you? Well, I'll respond to that email. And
The
get back
fountains
at it.
are lovely.
Yeah, got the fountains in this weekend. So yeah, the place is. I'm actually starting to relax. Like this place is all coming together and it's peaceful.
That's only because you weren't wakened by the police this morning.
Right. I hate to admit this, but I put my phone on to do not disturb at 10 o'clock till 6 o'clock in the morning. You must have been trying to call me at 5:59.
Oh, I didn't call you. I just grabbed the lead ropes.
Oh, okay.
Because Michelle,
I
she
gotta stop doing
she called you. It's really funny. I said, and you know what? Neither of us came and knocked on the door either, because we could have come over and knocked on the door.
Oh, right.
But we didn't think it was
Yeah.
that big a bigger.
I've had my phone in that setting for so long. It was before my mother even started to have issues. And now I just have never taken it off.
No. Well, we're all here within knocking door distance,
Yeah.
so that's good.
Judy's Wilbur, he's old. I think that is the only way to describe his condition, is he's wicked old. Was wicked old.
Yeah.
And
I don't even know which litter he came from.
I don't either. A very old litter. Like, he's much older than Larky.
Yeah.
I think he's like 10 or 11.
Yes.
So he had, did he pass? Yes. I was like, did he pass what? No, he passed the Rainbow Bridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's very upset about that.
Yes. And Carlene had a very busy day, and that's probably why she forgot to do the daily doggy. Because she went for coffee.
Okay, because this morning, I came down because I woke up at, this is so funny. Something told me at like, I must have been about 5:30. I woke up with this, oh my God, did I shut the water off? Feeling in the back. And I almost got out of bed at 5:30 to go down in the back, which is where Murphy escaped from, to go check the water. But somehow I managed to fall back asleep because I figured, well, if I didn't shut it off last night, there's a lake back there and there's just a little bit more water. It's not going to bother it. So I went right back to sleep. So as soon as I woke up around 6:30, I got up and walked down in the back to see if I shut the water off, which, by the way, I had. And I noticed the gate was shut. And I'm like, I didn't shut that gate. Why is the gate shut? Something bad has happened. So I went in and I was in making my mother coffee at around 7. And Judy showed up. And then I went back up, and then everybody was like, there's a loose horse. But they didn't realize he'd already been, and so I came running down here, and the nurse came. So all of this activity, so my mother just never got around. Then the nurse came,
Yep.
and then people just started, then Anne came, and it was
just
very
constant.
busy. Yeah, the
And then
carpenters
she had to go out on a coffee run, because I phoned her and I said, "Oh, Bella's coming." I said, and she said, "Oh, jolly good." I said, "Where are you?" And she went, "I'm out on the coffee run." I was like, "Okay, as you were. Bye-bye."
Yeah, we had to have a coffee run because I didn't have time. Hey, Jake, do you want to wrangle the bunnies and put them away for me? Excellent.
Once you've played with them.
No, good luck trying to catch them. We're so proud of Jake. Well, Jake's had his biggest intellectual challenge ever, probably in his lifetime, because I sent him off to fix the hole where Arthur has been escaping to go over to Partridgeberry, and I said, "This is a test. See if you're smart as a donkey." And then Arthur has not gotten out and gone over to Partridgeberry since he fixed the fence.
Well, that's perfect.
So
she's
it is
passed.
safe to say that
Jake is
smarter
intelligent.
than me, because do you know how many times I fix fences and they just get out again? So
They're terrible.
yeah, so that's good.
Did your mum get a heated throw from Jerry?
There's boxes in there. Maybe it's in there.
Yes, there were boxes.
She has a new blanket on her. I know that when I went in,
Right.
she's been sleeping a long time. because when I went in there at 3 o'clock.
Was she sleeping at 3? That's
Yeah.
only 2 hours.
Okay, yeah. So she was really out on her scooter. We wore her out today.
Yeah.
Every day is exhausting around here. I just want you to know.
It is. We're normally running away from Carlene, aren't we?
Yeah.
But she catches us on either her scooter or her golf
you know
cart.
what I did today?
What did you do? Did
I
you
went to-
hide?
okay, so I was so busy, and I don't eat breakfast. At 1 o'clock, 1:11, I was like, I am so hungry. I just have to go get food. And so Judy stayed here for a little longer because Bella was here, and I'm like, you guys I'm just gonna run down and get some food. So I went to Market Basket, and I got a thing of sushi, and I was about to turn around and drive home. I'm like, I'm gonna have a quiet lunch by myself eating sushi in the
In the
Market
car
Basket.
park.
Have you ever like gotten one of those
Yes.
chickens?
Yeah, just
And
sat
eaten.
and picked through it.
Yeah. I can't do that anymore because the last time I went to Market Basket, I got one of those chickens and I was so hungry. I pulled over on the way home, grabbed a handful of the chicken and started eating it. And I was eating it so fast.
You choked.
And I started choking.
And chicken's really dry.
It got stuck.
It's so sore.
It got stuck, so I'm like on this random. I'm in a church parking lot, hyperventilating because I'm choking on chicken, and I had to throw it up in order to breathe again. So that's
a peril to be
and I don't
avoided.
think because I follow the people of Market Basket,
Oh yeah.
and people have lots of pictures of them with handfuls of
Oh, chicken.
in the parking lot eating.
Well,
so
yeah.
I'm not the only one that has
you
done
left
that.
the parking lot.
Yeah.
You should have eaten it in the parking lot.
Yeah, so if I had fallen out of my car in arrest because I was choking, people would have known what had happened. Oh, she must have a chicken in the front seat.
Chicken. Yeah, they'd have known what to do, you
Yeah.
see?
I would have gotten the
There's
Heimlich,
Woody
but
coming in.
I was at the church on Linebrook.
Oh,
Woody's
what,
joining
with
us.
all the children?
It was a night.
With the nursery school. Excellent.
Look at him. He's coming over.
He is. He's a good big boy. Hey, Woody. He's like, ooh, tasty.
Yeah, he was looking a little rough for a couple days. I think he was getting depressed, but the green grass has really changed his attitude.
Revived him a bit.
Yeah, he's just,
Having a wander and a munch.
yeah. I was going to mow this grass.
A bit like you when you go to Market Basket.
Yeah.
dear.
Yep.
No.
Okay, what time is it?
What are your plans from upstairs from your mother?
Upstairs is going to be renovated completely into a nice area. Hopefully, I'm going to stay up there sometimes. And I'm putting in a room there that is going to be a closet for all of my miscellaneous things. So I can have, really, I can't believe I've done this to myself. I can live in South Carolina sometimes. I can live in Hamilton sometimes. I can live here sometimes. And I have a place for all my clothes. But the rest of the time, it's going to be either a Airbnb with the proceeds going to the farm, or it's going to be for Goldy's Warriors. Of course, it's free to stay upstairs in the wherever we're calling it. We'll name it
Whatever we
something.
call it.
Yeah, we'll name it something. It'll be nice. I'm actually staying in the RV right now, and I really like. I went away for 10 days with Olaf, and so I need a few nights to myself in my she shed. So I've been staying in the not that there was anything wrong
It's
with
actually
that.
she missed the goats. You missed the
I
goats,
missed the goats, my
Janine.
neighbors, but I need my own little time, my little space.
Yeah.
So, but the only problem with me staying in the
In the RV.
in the RV is that I have clothes. I really like. That's only good for a night
Yeah.
bag. So I'd like to have all my clothes here, so I can just go here and go here. I really, since I've retired, I've adopted a nomad. I really want to have a nomad's lifestyle.
Oh, you're succeeding.
Yeah, well, I'm chasing my goal with the whole thing was I was just going to chase the weather and be up here during the summer and then go down to South Carolina, but that's just not working out the way that I thought. So instead of having that plan, I'm going to go with the plan of I'm going to go when I can go to South Carolina, or when I can go, then I'll go places. But right now we have too many fun things happening on the farm, so I'm going to be here and over at Olaf's or upstairs.
It was actually a really nice, good fun day today, wasn't it?
It was the first day that like actually relaxed.
And actually being able to
Yeah.
enjoy the
Yeah,
place.
yeah. And all weekend, I mean, we were still working, but did you hear thunder?
Well, no, I think it was a plane.
Okay. Could be a plane crash or something.
Oh, okay, listen, planes scare me.
Yeah, so it's starting to feel like a very relaxed atmosphere, especially
Yeah.
when Carlene's sleeping.
We're
have to laugh.
we're very tongue in cheek because what Carlene likes to do is follow us around in the golf cart or that scooter. Thanks, Dodie.
The scooter.
And the only good thing about the scooter is it goes beep 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 beep
you
when
hear it
she's
come.
reversing,
Yeah.
and she gives us instructions as to how we're supposed to be doing things. Normally when we're just about finished. And so we go, yes, thanks very much, that's great. And then we just keep going. She's like, no. And we're like, ooh.
Well, let me give him an apple for a second.
Yeah. So that's us. And it is a lovely necklace. You're quite right. Now, Penny, I think, had an absolutely super time with ZT. Really super time. So that was great. Now, what are we up to here? Yeah, and the funny thing is, they did come straight here, the police, and they didn't go anywhere else. So that was lucky. The sheep shearing was super, and we have a really phenomenal shearer. And he trims their feet, and he did the alpacas. So it just takes quite a while, and it was quite hot today. So it went well. And also the catching of the sheep last night was the smoothest it has ever been, because what we do is we put them in the barn overnight, and normally we're playing come along sheep and trying to, they don't herd well, and there used to be a team of workmen that used to come in and try to get them into the barn, and these sheep can jump so high that they cleared one man's head. So it's always super fun, and what I try to do is I bucket train them the week or so before, so that they come to a shaken bucket, and I shake the bucket in the barn. They come in and we very gently slide the door shut, and that has worked for the last couple of shearings and also for when the vet's coming for injections, until the last time when they were like, yeah, we know this game, and they wouldn't come in the barn. So Kate, Nick, Corey and I had a really super evening, and I mean an evening in the paddock with the sheep, and it was quite the experience. And we're very careful not to get them moving too fast and stressing them. So I think we were actually more stressed by the time I thought we were going to be there all night. So we did that and realised that we had to up our game. So the way we got them in this time was with finely diced apple, and Corey beautifully diced the apple. We put it in with some hay pellets and shook that bucket like crazy, and then I went out in the paddock. Nick got 9 of them in, 9, just by sheer, I don't know, maybe he's like the Pied Piper for sheep. But they all went into the barn with Nick. He slid the door, and it was the last one we had to get. And that was it's always the trickiest one, but it took about 10 minutes, which was amazing. So they were all ready for shearing, and then went out this morning. So it's a job well done, and they'll be much cooler because they really don't cope very well with a full fleece when it starts getting hot. So that was a great job. Now I'm just going through these. How many ounces of milk? 14 per feeding, per goat. And we said to Janine, she went to Whole Foods at the weekend with Carlene, because Carlene likes going to Whole Foods. We said, if you're out and about, would you pick up more milk? Because we, quite frankly, we need it. It's whole milk. And she's like, yeah, sure, just a bottle. And we're like, no. So we go through many gallons a week. Let me see this here. Hi, Bella. Sorry I missed you today. Yep, that is Puppy Hill. That's our Chaos Hill. I don't know what time Murphy got out at, but the police were here just after 6 this morning, and that's when I got taken away in the police car. Never been in a police car before. Hope never to be ever again. But the gentleman was very pleasant, although he did say to me as he was clearing a space for me in the front, he said, "I don't normally have people up front." I'm like, okay. Good, that's lovely. Janine will get that email and I'll remind her, Kim. Yes, it's terribly sorry for Judy, because that was, it's sad for anyone. I think Wilbur was just quite old, unfortunately, and he hadn't been well, so right now I think I'm catching up with the is Brittany mailing t-shirts? I'll have to double check that, Suzanne. That must go to Hawaii, is that correct? Oh, was he that age? Oh my goodness, Chaos and Bentley's age. I'm just reading the questions. It is an absolutely awful thing when our furry companions pass. Carlene does stay up quite a lot at night, yes, and she's up very early in the morning. And it was also quite warm today. So I think that takes it out of you. He is. Woody's looking much better. He's had lots of good medication and lots of care, so he is getting there. That's for you and Wanda upstairs. Oh dear. Oh, he was 2012 and he was with Misha and Jasper. Right. 2015, sorry. I can hardly read here. 2015. That's because I got my glasses on my head, you see? I need to remember these things. Now. Yeah, beeping means make a run for it. And we say this in jest because we take her out and about with us, and we talk to her all day. But sometimes she just takes a little notion to come and tell us exactly what she wants done. And you're like, you know what? I'll do it. I'm right in the middle of something quite tricky right now. Nah. Oh well, I'm hoping Penny is tired because she's a monkey. Have Noodles heard them? Absolutely not. Because he just Nick said that Noodles actually wants to get in and see the bunnies. No, I took a couple of pictures of the shearing, so I'll post them. Noodles would sit and yap at them. He gets so excited. Yeah, we just, as a matter of course, I think it actually becomes second nature. If you're standing next to any animal, you start checking them for ticks. I do it with the horses, I do it with the mules, the donkeys, the little baby goats, even though they've only been out a tiny amount. The rabbits, I do it with Carlene's dogs all the time, and my own dogs. I also check myself and because, you know, the ticks are just bad. And in fact, you know, I was the shearer who we've used for years and is a really very interesting, phenomenal man. He actually has chronic Lyme, and I was talking to him about that today, and you know, it's extremely debilitating. So these things we have to keep an eye on. So the alpaca wool goes to somebody who spins it, and the other wool goes to the compost. And the reason we compost it is we have offered it to I don't know how many people, and it never goes. Everybody says, oh, come and get it, and then they don't. So we compost it. And the other thing is the sheep that are on Meredith are actually meat sheep. They're not wool sheep. So they aren't bred for producing phenomenal fleece. It's for phenomenal meat. And of course we don't eat them because they're pets. So, yeah. Oh, that's good. I actually saw you leaving and I waved as well. So I hope you saw me, Bella. Oh, was that a question? Oh, I'm sure Judy will look for postcards from Wilbur. That's a lovely thought, though, and sentiment. Oh, Larky, what a monkey. Yeah, you know, it's really, the ticks came out really early. We're finding ticks in February. And I think we just didn't have a ferocious enough winter to put them deeper into the leaf litter. So we've got dog ticks out at the moment, and they're big. There's a lot going on in the tick department, unfortunately. Well, we'll see you next time you come, Bella. So that's us completed all the questions, I think, I hope. And we'll probably be back tomorrow. Everything going well. So have a lovely evening, and I'm sure Carlene will definitely join us tomorrow. So have a great night. Bye-bye.